In the shadow of the Cold War, when the world trembled between survival and nuclear destruction, France faced a brutal truth. Nuclear deterrence could no longer rely on hope alone. It needed speed, altitude, and an aircraft capable of piercing the defensive shields of superpowers. And so, deep inside Dassault's design rooms, engineers shaped a machine unlike anything Europe had ever seen. A delta-wing Predator that could sprint above Mach 2, slept beneath enemy radar, and deliver the one weapon meant never to be used. This was the Dassault Mirage IV, France's first strategic nuclear bomber, a symbol of national pride, independence, and technological defiance. Its mission was simple yet terrifying. If global conflict erupted, the Mirage IV would race across hostile borders at blistering speeds, hugging terrain or soaring into the stratosphere, guiding a nuclear payload meant to reshape the world. In an era defined by military technology, modern warfare, and the relentless race for advanced war weapons, the Mirage IV became more than an aircraft. It became the beating heart of France's global military power. Tonight, we uncover its origins, missions, secrets, and its legacy among today's fighter jets, missile systems, and future war machines. This is the story of the jet built for a war no one wanted, but everyone feared.
By the late 1950s, France realized that depending on Allied nuclear umbrellas meant surrendering sovereignty during the most critical moment in national history. The country needed its own deterrence force, one capable of penetrating Soviet air defenses and guaranteeing retaliation, even if France stood alone. To achieve this, the Mirage IV had to master both high-altitude supersonic flight and ultra-low-level terrain-following combat operations. Where American bombers relied on size and payload, France pursued speed, precision, and defense system evasion. The world watched as this elegant, needle-shaped aircraft emerged. Small by bomber standards, yet lethal, agile, and technologically astonishing. Powered by twin Snecma Atar turbojets, it sliced through the air with a purpose-built aerodynamic purity. In a global chessboard defined by battlefield strategy, nuclear doctrine, and shifting alliances, the Mirage IV gave France something priceless: strategic independence. And that independence changed everything, from Europe's geopolitical balance to the birth of French military technology programs that still shape modern defense projects.
At first glance, the Mirage IV looks deceptively simple, just a slender fuselage and iconic delta wings. But beneath this minimalist beauty lies exceptional engineering. That massive wing surface area, combined with razor-thin leading edges, gave the bomber unmatched stability during both high-altitude dash profiles and low-level nuclear penetrations. Its needle-like nose housed sophisticated navigation, radar, and targeting systems. Evolving over time as modern warfare demanded better accuracy and resistance to electronic interference. Unlike the lumbering bombers of superpowers, the Mirage IV embodied speed as a survival tactic. Hit the target, evade radar, escape before enemy missiles could react. This single philosophy revolutionized France's approach to combat operations, inspiring generations of fighter jets, from the Mirage series to the Rafale. In the global race for aerodynamic supremacy, the Mirage IV proved that small nations could produce giant achievements.
The Mirage IV's greatest power was its ability to outrun its own fate. With the top speed exceeding Mach 2.2, it could pierce Soviet radar nets before ground-based missile defense systems could track or intercept. During a nuclear strike scenario, pilots were trained to fly at extreme altitudes, then drop into low-level attack runs, using terrain as a shield. The bomber would release its payload and immediately execute a high-G escape maneuver, racing for friendly airspace while the world teetered on the edge of annihilation. This was not just flying. This was gambling with time, physics, and geopolitics. Decades before stealth became the language of future war machines, the Mirage IV achieved survivability through raw speed,
precision navigation, and a battle doctrine built on unpredictability. Its pilots carried the heaviest responsibility imaginable, knowing they held the last line of France's global military power and the final barrier against invasion.
Mirage IV pilots were not ordinary aviators, they were the guardians of the French nuclear arsenal. Handpicked from elite squadrons, their training pushed human limits. They practiced night strike missions, radar-evading flight paths, and long-duration sorties that demanded both mental discipline and physical endurance. Each mission rehearsal simulated a moment the world hoped would never come. The cockpit was cramped, visibility limited, and the aircraft unforgiving at low altitude. One mistake meant disaster. Yet these pilots flew with a quiet confidence, knowing that the Mirage IV wasn't just a bomber, it was a symbol of national survival. Their stories remain some of the most intense narratives in war history, showing how courage, precision, and technology shape the invisible battles of modern warfare.
Inside the Mirage IV's sleek frame lived the power that defined its legend. The SNECMA ATAR 9K engines, roaring like metallic thunder as they propelled the aircraft into the upper limits of aviation. These engines were masterpieces of French military technology, designed for blistering acceleration, high-altitude efficiency, and the brutal demands of modern warfare. During a nuclear sortie profile, the ATAR engines didn't just support the mission, they were the mission. Their afterburners ignited with a ferocity that left pillars of white fire trailing behind the aircraft, pushing the Mirage IV into its deadly Mach 2 sprint. Every second mattered. Every kilometer shaved off enemy radar coverage meant survival. While rival nations invested in massive strategic bombers, France chose a different path. A fast, agile, needle-like warrior that could outrun, outclimb, and outmaneuver its threats. And at the center of that philosophy were the ATARs, breathing life into a machine built for the unthinkable. In an era defined by advanced war weapons, missile networks, and unpredictable battlefield strategy, these engines transformed the Mirage IV from a sleek design into a strategic predator. Even today, the raw purity of their sound remains iconic, one of the unmistakable voices of global military power.
The Mirage IV was not built for airshow glory. It was built to protect France during the most dangerous chapter in human history. As tensions escalated between NATO and the Warsaw Pact, intelligence networks hummed with warnings. Missile silos clicked into combat readiness, and Europe became a silent front line. France's answer was the Force de Frappe, a nuclear shield grounded in national independence. At its center, the Mirage IV served as the sharpest blade. Day and night, the bombers sat alert, engines warm, pilots standing by with mission folders sealed in red covers. Unlike lumbering Soviet and American bombers, the Mirage IV relied on speed, precision, and evasion. It was the ultimate expression of French determination to stay sovereign in the age of global military power, where alliances shifted like tectonic plates. The aircraft didn't merely represent deterrence. It represented a promise that France would never be caught helpless, that its survival would never depend entirely on others. In war history, few machines have carried such political weight, shaping not just battles, but national identity itself.
Despite being compact by bomber standards, the Mirage IV carried extraordinary endurance. Equipped with external fuel tanks and capable of mid-air refueling, it could cross Europe at high speed, hug valleys to hide from radar, and strike deep into enemy territory. Its refueling operations, performed with precision at night and in turbulent weather, turned ordinary flights into high-stakes choreography. Tankers and bombers flew wing to wing through darkness, searching for each other with sensors and discipline refined over decades. These long-range missions forged a new chapter in combat operations, proving that France could project power far beyond its borders. Every kilometer flown at treetop level tested both man and machine, sharpening the Mirage IV into a weapon of endurance, accuracy, and absolute reliability. Whether simulating nuclear delivery or performing strategic reconnaissance, the aircraft demonstrated unmatched adaptability in a world reshaped by modern warfare and rapid advances in defense systems.
When the Mirage IV was eventually retired from nuclear delivery, it was reborn as one of Europe's most capable strategic reconnaissance aircraft. Equipped with high-resolution optical cameras, infrared sensors, and advanced mapping systems, it became France's silent observer, its airborne intelligence spearhead. Flying at extreme altitude or skimming terrain, the bomber captured imagery with surgical precision, feeding commanders critical intelligence during crises in the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. With global powers expanding drone fleets and surveillance satellites, the Mirage IV proved that a manned platform still had unmatched flexibility, speed, and survivability. Its reconnaissance missions shaped France's battlefield strategy, supported NATO operations, and strengthened France's role in global military power networks. In an age dominated by drones, satellites, and cyber warfare, the Mirage IV maintained its relevance, showing that legends can adapt to survive.
During the Cold War, Soviet air defenses were some of the most lethal in the world. Dense radar networks, SAM sites, and fighter interceptors forming an almost impenetrable shield. But the Mirage IV was built to slip through that shield with precision. Its blistering speed, tight radar signature, and unpredictable low-altitude attack paths made interception extremely difficult. Pilots trained to exploit every weakness, flying below the radar horizon, using terrain shadow zones, adjusting altitude in split-second intervals, and escaping at Mach 2 before Soviet missile defense systems could react. These capabilities didn't just protect France, they influenced the design of later platforms, from the Mirage 2000 to the Rafale, shaping the future of military technology and advanced war weapons. The Mirage IV proved that with the right combination of skill, engineering, and battlefield awareness, even the strongest walls can be breached.
Over its decades-long service, the Mirage IV underwent continuous transformation, adapting to the ever-changing face of modern warfare. Radar systems grew smarter, navigation computers became digital, weapon systems evolved from early nuclear payloads to sophisticated reconnaissance pods. These upgrades weren't just cosmetic, they ensured that the Mirage IV remained a relevant force in battlefield strategy, capable of confronting emerging threats from advanced defense systems and rival aircraft. Every retrofit reflected lessons learned from training flights, simulated nuclear missions, and geopolitical shifts. France understood that global military power was not static. It required constant innovation. The Mirage IV, a symbol of independence, became a laboratory in the sky, testing technologies that would ripple through future fighter jets and advanced war weapons programs.
The Mirage IV didn't operate in isolation. Its existence was measured against rival aircraft and the ever-present threat of interception. From American B-58 Hustlers to Soviet Tu-22 blinders, every mission demanded precision, timing, and an understanding of enemy capabilities. Pilots memorized enemy radar patterns, altitude restrictions, and the weaknesses of early missile guidance. These encounters, often simulated, shaped doctrines and refined battlefield strategy. The aircraft's speed and maneuverability gave France a rare advantage: the ability to traverse contested airspace with confidence. Each mission underscored a hard truth of modern warfare: technological edge and human skill must coexist to maintain global military power.
A machine is nothing without its pilots, navigators, and ground crews. The Mirage IV demanded total commitment. Long missions at high speed tested mental resilience and physical endurance. Sleep deprivation, extreme G-forces, and constant mission readiness shaped the character of the crews. Every pre-flight checklist, every engine inspection, and every tactical briefing was a testament to human discipline in the service of military technology.
These men and women carried the weight of France's nuclear deterrent, knowing that mistakes could have catastrophic consequences. Their lives were intertwined with the aircraft, every flight a lesson in precision, courage, and strategic awareness.
Throughout the height of the Cold War, Mirage IV missions were often invisible to the public eye. Night sorties, long-range patrols, and simulated nuclear runs occurred under strict secrecy. This quiet presence exerted psychological influence, shaping global diplomacy and maintaining France's position as a global military power. Though never used in combat, the aircraft's shadow loomed over international negotiations, proving that advanced war weapons serve as both deterrent and symbol. Each flight was a silent message to rivals. France was capable, vigilant, and sovereign, armed with machines designed for future war scenarios that none dared to ignite.
The Mirage IV was more than a bomber. It was a benchmark. When compared to contemporaries like the British Vulcan, American B-58, or Soviet Tu-22, its combination of speed, stealth, and versatility set it apart. It was smaller, faster, and optimized for low-level strike and reconnaissance, illustrating France's unique approach to military technology. The aircraft influenced not only strategic doctrines, but also the design philosophy of future war machines. Its legacy can be traced through modern fighter jets, drones, and even advanced missile systems, proving that a small nation with vision can leave a massive footprint on war history.
The Mirage IV was more than a machine. It was a diplomatic instrument. Its mere existence reshaped negotiations, alliances, and France's standing in global military power. By projecting credible nuclear capability, it allowed France to speak on equal footing with superpowers, influencing Cold War diplomacy. Every sortie, exercise, or test carried implicit messages. Sovereignty matters, readiness matters, and national survival is non-negotiable. The aircraft's design philosophy influenced not only European defense systems, but also strategies in North Africa, the Middle East, and later NATO exercises. In essence, the Mirage IV's wings extended far beyond French borders, into corridors of power, treaties, and battlefield strategy that would define decades.
The Mirage IV left a technological and philosophical mark on future aircraft design. Its emphasis on speed, agility, and survivability informed the next generations of French jets, including the Mirage 2000 and Rafale. Engine innovations, delta wing aerodynamics, and low-level strike doctrines became foundational principles for modern fighter jets, drones, and advanced reconnaissance platforms. By blending manned precision with technological sophistication, the Mirage IV demonstrated that a well-engineered platform could outmatch sheer size or payload, redefining how nations approached modern warfare. It is a testament to the idea that strategic vision can transform a single aircraft into a blueprint for decades of military technology innovation. Even after retirement, the Mirage IV shapes the principles of modern warfare. Its lessons influence fighter jet maneuvering, reconnaissance strategy, and nuclear deterrence doctrine worldwide. Engineers study its aerodynamics. Strategists analyze its low-level strike approaches. Militaries study the balance between speed, stealth, and precision it embodied. The aircraft is no longer in the sky, but its spirit permeates future war machines, drones, and ongoing advancements in military technology. It stands as a timeless reminder. Strategy, skill, and engineering can shift the balance of global military power without a single shot being fired.
By the early 1990s, the Mirage IV's nuclear role was gradually replaced by ballistic missiles and modern strike aircraft, yet its legacy endured. Retirement ceremonies were somber, acknowledging decades of silent vigilance over Europe. Pilots, technicians, and commanders reflected on missions flown, lives trained, and deterrence maintained. The Mirage IV never fired a weapon in anger, but its influence on battlefield strategy, advanced war weapons, and France's global military power was indisputable. It reminds us that sometimes the most powerful weapons are the ones never used, yet always respected.
The Dassault Mirage IV was never just a bomber. It was a guardian, a symbol, a dream of independent global military power. It soared where the stakes were unimaginable, carrying weapons that could end civilizations, and yet remained a testament to human courage, engineering mastery, and strategic foresight. As we look to the future, to advanced war weapons, fighter jets, and drones that patrol the skies, the Mirage IV's legacy reminds us of a singular truth. Some machines are measured not by the battles they fight, but by the peace they enforce. And in the quiet roar of history, one question lingers. What will be the next aircraft to stand sentinel over the fragile balance of nations as the Mirage IV once did?